Hello, my name is Madison Roybal, and this is Dustin Groom.
Hello.
And Jackson Connolly.
Hello.
And today we are here to address Katie's business and the current challenges it has been facing.
The biggest things we were able to take from the information provided to us have been summarized in the overview of current operating conditions. We found, number one, that the day-to-day operations are solely managed by Katie. One of the biggest challenges she faces is the business is now taking up more time than she has available. She wants to spend more time with her family, and we feel that optimizing what she does within the company will allow more time with her family and a higher profit margin. The second piece of information we've identified is that there is no set sales sheet Katie can provide customers. She has to do each and every shoot customized to them, which, while provides amazing customer service, costs a drastic amount of time and can also lead to higher costs in the long run. And finally, we found that all the physical products Katie orders are outsourced to an outside company. If we can bring that outsourced material back into the company and do an in-office or in-operation-based production capability, we can bring the profit margin significantly higher and cost Katie less time while increasing customer satisfaction rating.
One of the greatest ways to examine a business and its current operations and the practices that it uses is through a SWOT analysis, which is the strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. What we know is every weakness and threat can be improved on and turned into a strength. Even though time and dependence on outside companies right now seems like weaknesses, we can ultimately turn them around and make them into strengths in our business. So with that, Madison.
Alrighty, as previously addressed, we know that Katie manages her entire company by herself, meaning that she does all of the scheduling, all of the financing, and she even does the shoots personally alone. So it's easy to say that, she's possibly stressed. She's spending extra time, more time than she really needs. So a possible suggestion, a possible fix for this would to be hiring a commission-based assistant. Now, with the commission-based pay, the commission-based assistant, they will earn a set percentage or dollar amount for every shoot that they book. For every sale that they make, they will make a certain percentage rather than having a base pay. This would be a good thing in other terms, or in terms of considering the risks when hiring someone at a base pay, for the company to not lose money, in other words. Another incentive for the commissioner would to be selling more products, and therefore that would be making more money for the business as a whole, more profit for Katie.
And to add on to that, as a whole, we see that the final key point of that is if we add more products to our line, this employee could be selling those products at a rate that helps us accomplish later goals in the presentation. Just a key thing to think about there. It's a compounding factor we feel could help in more than one area than not.
And Katie's business isn't ready for a full-time employee. And this doesn't take away from the personality that Katie has, because she's still working with clients. This is just taking stuff off of Katie's back that she needs to work on. And also with that, creating a baseline is really important in a business, because you need a sales sheet. You need something to have marketable value so that the client can see, and so that you're not stressing about prices, and so that Katie doesn't have to worry about like different reasons and stuff like that, because you already know your price. You already know why it's this, why it's that, and the customer knows that too. And that's vastly important in a business, is knowing why something is priced the way it is. We also recommend maintaining a social media presence allows for organic marketing of this new sales sheet. Like I said, getting your pricing out there and showing like this is why. Like our products, like Katie's products are good, and she knows that. But it's hard to price yourself sometimes, and it's important to have a stable pricing model so that you know why you're priced that way, and so that the people you're working with know why you're priced that way. And according to Wedding Wire, the average photographer charges for time. Obviously, the time spent out there taking pictures, but also time back in the office, editing the pictures, and working on for things that the client doesn't see in person. That's time and stuff there. And Katie's been in this business long enough where she knows how long something's going to take, and how long the pictures are going to take, how long the editing is going to take. And obviously, that can be added on for extra time, and the client will know that because Katie will inform them. Travel expenses, Katie loves having a local influence in her community. But obviously you want to spread your business out, and you could travel somewhere and do pictures for someone else because obviously Katie could be heard about somewhere else. So travel expenses are very important because it's time, but it's different than just taking pictures and editing, because you want to make sure you're getting paid for traveling to places that you normally wouldn't. And it also helps with her local community because she can take that off, and clients in her local community will think that they're getting treated better, when in actuality she's just not charging them for something that they aren't being used. Image licensing is important because it makes sure that Katie owns the rights to print the photos, but she doesn't own the photos itself. And there's many different costs and businesses that Katie can add into this. These are just some that apply to Katie's businesses that are very important that we see. And after reviewing the information available to us, we feel that Katie can increase profit and keep her local relationships with all these pricing models and things like that. So with this, Dustin.
So the final thing we've identified, one of the most important, is I call it importing more profit. As more and more demand is placed on common shipping carriers, the prices of getting a product to you have gone way up over the past 10 years. We feel with bringing everything back in-house, purchasing printing equipment, we reduce that cost of outsourcing to zero. We stop paying carrier fees to get it to us when we could be doing it ourselves for a very competitive price, and by upping our profit margin and increasing customer satisfaction. We also feel that this could add on more additional products down the road. With the ability to print right next to you, it's not as hard to develop more products when you can get a prototype right in front of you. With the graph, as you see here, we have two chains we could go down. We maintain what we do now, the outsourced printing service. If Katie chooses to stick with outsourcing, we see a total time to customer turnaround of 9 to 16 days. Each step along the way, there's a cost increase to both Katie and her customer. When you click that submit button, you're not only paying for them to print your product, you're paying for their overhead, their administrative fees, their website fees, everything you are giving them, you could be putting in your own pocket, while not only increasing your bottom line, but also increasing the customer satisfaction. Because I don't know about you, but I'd rather have my family photo in my hand in 0 to 2 days compared to 9 to 16. Along the way, we see that there's a vast time difference, and there's options for Katie doing in-house printing based on expanding her product line to be able to offer more profitable items at a lower cost. Plus, there's less aggravation for Katie and less time spent tracking packages. Think if something gets lost in the post office. She's going to have to spend that time locating that package, trying to make a resolution for her customer. It's going to save time and money to bring everything back in-house and provide a better customer experience. And we also see we are building assets while we are increasing our profit margin. We see with an investment of $1,199 and approximately 98 cents, we can bring in one of the best printers into our office, allowing us to create a wide variety of products from this. We get to see the product in our hand. If there's a problem, we can reprint it. We can show the customer right then and there what they're going to get. There's no guesswork. And we've assumed that based on current business, that if she sells 76 packages of what we've determined to be the common things people buy when buying pictures, according to Shutterfly, that we'd be able to pay this equipment off in less than a year and a half. Anything after that is a pure asset to us. With this upfront material cost, we're talking ink, printer paper. It takes a special type of material to be able to print on. Marketing materials, things like that. After we take those things into account to get started, and after we include that cost of the printer and what we're taking out and paying ourselves, anything past that is pure profit. Something Katie has specifically requested while also reducing the time commitment and improving customer satisfaction. At the end of the day, we have that break-even point, and it is very achievable with a very low capital investment.
The perfect shot isn't always hard. Is always harder, but it doesn't have to mean giving up your family life to take it. Katie doesn't need to sacrifice her social life or family life. Katie needs different solutions, like we said, with a printer, with an assistant, and a pricing model.
And as you can see here, we have listed a couple references and sources for you. The Wedding Wire, Canon Professional, and Shutterfly. We have all used their statistics and their numbers in our presentation. So,
We appreciate you taking the time to consider our opinion, and we hope that we can provide some sort of assistance in growing the business.